Hi, my name is Yona. I'm the after school leader at Field Teen Center, and today I'm going to be talking about A Snake Falls to Earth, an adventure story about animal spirits and humans crossing back and forth between two worlds. I read an advanced copy, but the book comes out officially in October 2021, so get excited. The story follows two teenagers, one an animal spirit, a cottonmouth named Oli, who lives in the reflecting world, the world of spirits, which is separated from the human world where Nina and her family lives. We meet Nina as a very little girl, hearing stories from her great-great-grandmother, and then most of the story hangs out with her as a teenager, trying to unravel this folk tale that her grandmother passed down in a language that Nina didn't understand and her translator app couldn't pick up, and trying to make sense of how it relates to her family history and her family tree, which is full of elders who lived much longer than what would be considered normal. So we jump back and forth between the two of them. Oli has a whole range of adventures. He gets kicked out of his house, which is very normal for cottonmouth children, but is nevertheless upsetting, and leads him on a bunch of misadventures, nearly getting killed by monsters and angry neighbors. And he makes friends with some other animal people and a very cute tiny toad named Ami, who falls ill. And that drives him to make this journey with some of his friends into the human world to try to figure out what's going on. Because all the animal spirits come from living animals on Earth. They're not necessarily directly connected, like one animal correlates to one animal spirit, but animal spirits are more lively and healthy the more animals of their species are alive on Earth. So an extinct species won't have any animal spirit counterparts, or an endangered species will have very few, or they might be very sickly. So when Ami falls sick, they know something really terrible has happened. Nina knows something really terrible is happening because she's been watching the news and seeing these hurricane reports come in. She knows that her grandmother's house is very vulnerable. And beyond that, even if her grandmother manages to survive this year, she's thinking about how long some of her ancestors have lived, some of them more than 100 years, and is thinking about what it's going to look like to be on Earth in about 100 years with climate change and severe storms. And if that isn't a mood, I don't know what is. So that was something I really enjoyed in this story, were the environmental themes. I think more than Elatsoe, this story is not just interested in animal people as sort of these mythological figures and bits of magic in the world, but as representatives of the state of the earth and the environment and sort of the status report. So I really enjoyed that. I thought that the way these characters tried to approach it was interesting and also very modern. So the story weaves together the tale of this teenage girl and a lot of very clearly Apache-inspired folktale beats and figures, like we have coyote, we have tricksters, but it feels very contemporary because Nina is very involved in this fictional YouTube counterpart. She's really interested in making videos, she rides the bus, so it still feels very real and grounded. If you liked Elatsoe, Darcie Little Badger's first novel, there is a lot that you'll enjoy here. I think that the characters are equally charming and fun. I liked the animal people a lot more than I liked the humans, but there was still a lot to enjoy about how they interacted with each other. And there were some moments that made me laugh. I thought a lot of the characters were very cute. They inspired me to make some art because I was really into them. So if you like animals, probably you will find something to like here too. Like in Little Badger's first novel, her human protagonist Nina is Ace. It plays less of a role than it does in her first book, but it's definitely mentioned and it's a part of who she is. So there is that level of representation. She is, of course, also Apache, like the writer. So not only are these folk tales woven in, but you can kind of see what it means to her and her family to be Apache in the contemporary day and age. So I thought this story was really fun. Super worth reading. I do think I preferred Elatsoe just a little bit. So your task is to read it and tell me what you think. Come fight me on it. Tell me why you liked this story better than Elatsoe, or why you liked Elatsoe better. You can get in touch with us on Instagram or by email, and both of those are in the description box.